It all began with a picture that I'm sure you've seen before. It goes by the name of Saigon's execution. It was an image taken in a country broken by conflict. It was the year 1968 during the Vietnam War. A man dressed up in a military suit with rolled up sleeves can be seen holding a revolver over the head of a citizen. And, contrary to popular belief, at the moment of the picture, the bullet was actually traveling through the prisoner's head. The man holding the gun is General Nguyen, and he carries with him a story that you'll be thinking about for a very long time. A few months after taking the picture, General Nguyen was seriously injured by machine gun fire, which led to the amputation of his leg. Following the war, Nguyen was despised wherever he went, and several hospitals even refused to treat him. He was transferred to the United States, where he was met with a massive but unsuccessful campaign to deport him back to Vietnam. But, thankfully for him, his identity was still not available to the public. 2 decades passed. Nguyen settled down and married in Burke, Washington, D.C. He even opened up a pizza shop and was pretty much enjoying a peaceful life. Then, in the year 1991, Nguyen was recognized and his identity publicly disclosed. Everybody knew him as the man behind the photo. The story spread like a wildfire, and it was just a matter of days before the whole city knew about it. Nguyen lost pretty much all of his customers. Posters and graffitis calling him an animal and a coward began appearing at his door. Him and his family even received phone calls threatening their lives and demanding Nguyen to return back to Vietnam. So, what I just told you took place during the 90s. Now, let's go back 24 years into the past. It was the year 1968. South Vietnam officials were at war with the North. The streets are in chaos and life is very hard. But, apart from having to deal with war, the bodies of women and young children started showing up in trash fields during the past several months. Military intelligence revealed that it had to be the product of a monster. Even more people started to disappear, and the issue took a turn for the worse when a military official stumbled upon a burial ground containing several victims. The victims were the wives and daughters of police officers, one of whom was General Nguyen's goddaughter. The military came up with a plan. They would hide near one of these burial grounds and wait for the killer to show up. After several hours, a man wearing a plaid shirt emerged from the jungle. He walked suspiciously towards the pile of cadavers and began making extra room for more victims. Several officers hiding amongst the nearby rubble quickly came out of cover and arrested him. He was a member and spy of the Viet Cong. In his possession, the police found toys and family pictures that he used as souvenirs from all of his victims, and strapped to his waist was a bloody knife he used to commit the murders. He was a man that thrived in preying on the weak, but they finally had the murderer. A photographer covering the war just happened to be there at the time of the killer's capture. The town was crying out for justice, and as General Nguyen raised his hand and pulled the trigger, the photographer quickly took a picture of the event. It was a picture that would not only win awards, but it also turned the world on its head, displaying the cold reality of war. Knowing this now, things change, don't they? The name of the photographer is Eddie Adams, and several years later, when he finally understood the true meaning of his picture, Adams, with tears in his eyes, said the following: "I killed the general with my camera. Still photographs are the most powerful weapons in the world. People believe them, but photographs do lie, even without manipulation." The photographer would forever regret his picture, but he eventually had a chance to travel to that pizza shop in Washington and in person ask the general for forgiveness. General Nguyen said in his own words that the picture of Saigon's execution ruined his life. He died of cancer in the year 1998 at the age of 67. If this teaches us anything, it's the importance of critical thinking before being so quick to judging others, especially when the story derives from a third party whose only purpose is to spew out information completely disregarding authenticity. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel for more similar content. Add me on Facebook and Twitter with the tag GloomyHouse. There, I will be able to answer all of your questions. Lastly, I would like to thank Dross Rotsang. This upload was directly inspired by his Saigon execution video.